The story of Adam and Eve. A long, long time ago, God created a beautiful garden called Eden. It was the most wonderful place on earth, filled with colorful flowers, tall trees, and all kinds of animals. In this garden, God placed the first man, Adam, and the first woman, Eve. They were very happy living there because everything they needed was provided by God. In the middle of the garden, God planted two special trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God told Adam and Eve, "You may eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will surely die." One day, a crafty serpent, who was actually the devil in disguise, came to Eve. He said to her, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve replied, "We may eat from the trees, but God said we must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden, or we will die." The serpent, being very sly, said, "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit on the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it could give her. So she took some fruit and ate it. She also gave some to Adam, who was with her, and he ate it too. Immediately, their eyes were opened, and they realized they were naked. They felt ashamed and sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When God came to the garden that evening, Adam and Eve hid from him. God called out to them, "Where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God knew what they had done and asked, "Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. Because they disobeyed, God sent them out of the Garden of Eden. But even though they made a big mistake, God still loved them and promised to take care of them. He wanted them to learn and grow, even outside the garden. And so, Adam and Eve began their new life, remembering always to trust and obey God.